Title: The Unsettling Mystery of Keanu Reeves. Is he truly immortal? Keanu Reeves, the name alone brings to mind a quiet, kind-hearted Hollywood star. He's loved for his roles in The Matrix, John Wick, and Speed. But behind his warm smile and gentle demeanor lies something deeply unsettling. Something that makes your skin crawl when you think about it too long. Keanu Reeves doesn't age, not a single wrinkle, not a hint of time's touch. And when you dig deeper, the questions about him grow darker, stranger, and far more disturbing. It's the year 1994. Keanu is 30 years old, starring in Speed. His face is youthful, sharp jawline, smooth skin, those soulful eyes that seem to carry a quiet sadness. Fast forward to today, 2025, and Keanu is over 60. Take a good look at him. His face is still smooth, his eyes still piercing, his jawline just as sharp. The man looks like he stepped out of a time capsule. People age, hair grays, skin sags, eyes dull. But Keanu, he remains untouched, as if time itself is afraid to mark him. This isn't just good genetics, it's unnatural, eerie. And when fans started noticing, they began to dig. What they found wasn't just odd, it was terrifying. Let's go back to the late 1800s. There was a French actor named Paul Mounet. He was a rising star in Parisian theater, known for his striking looks and captivating presence. Then, one day, he vanished. Not died, vanished. No death certificate, no grave, no trace. Just gone, like he slipped through the cracks of history. Only one photograph of Paul Mounet survives, and when you see it, your heart skips a beat. It's Keanu Reeves. The same angular face, the same haunting eyes, the same faint, knowing smile. It's not a resemblance, it's identical. How is that possible? A man from over a century ago, erased from history with the face of a modern movie star? But the rabbit hole goes deeper, much deeper. Researchers and fans have found other figures in history who share Keanu's face. A medieval ruler from the 1400s, depicted in a faded portrait, has the same bone structure, the same piercing gaze. A 17th century nobleman, sketched in an old manuscript, bears an uncanny likeness, right down to the way he tilts his head. Each of these figures has something in common. Their deaths are shrouded in mystery. No clear records, no bodies, just stories that end abruptly, as if they stepped out of one life and into another. Could Keanu Reeves be connected to these men? Could he be these men? Now, let's look at Keanu's life today. He's not like other celebrities. He shuns the spotlight, avoiding the glitz and glamour of Hollywood like it's poison. You'll find him eating alone at a diner, riding the subway in silence, or walking the streets with no entourage. No bodyguards, no flash, just a man in a plain jacket blending into the crowd. But there's something off about. He said, "Death isn't the end." His voice was steady, his eyes distant, as if he knew something the rest of us don't. He's faced unimaginable tragedy, a stillborn child, the death of his partner, the loss of close friends, yet he carries on with an eerie composure. Most people would break. Keanu doesn't. It's as if pain and loss are just fleeting moments to him, like ripples on an endless ocean. Then there's his lifestyle. Keanu doesn't live like a star. He donates millions to charities, often anonymously. He's given away huge chunks of his movie earnings to crew members, quietly, without fanfare. He lives in a modest apartment, not a sprawling mansion. He rides a beat-up motorcycle, not a fleet of luxury cars. Why? Why does a man with his wealth and fame live like he's just passing through? Like he's not meant to stay? The internet has its theories, and they're not for the faint of heart. Some say Keanu is a vampire, cursed to wander the earth forever, feeding in the shadows. Others believe he's a time traveler, slipping between centuries, rewriting his story with every leap. A few whisper that he's not human at all, perhaps an ancient being, a god, or something beyond our understanding. He's even leaned into these ideas with cryptic comments. In one interview he said, "We're all stardust, returning to the stars." It sounds poetic, sure, but it's the kind of thing you'd expect from someone who's lived for centuries, not a 60-year-old actor. Let's not forget the stories that make your blood run cold. Fans have reported seeing Keanu in places he shouldn't be. Quiet corners of the world, late at night, where no camera A Reddit thread from 2023 claimed a woman saw him in a small town in Iceland, sitting alone on a bench, staring at the stars. She said he looked at her, smiled, and vanished into the fog. Another post on X described a man who swore he saw Keanu in an old bookstore in Cairo, flipping through a book written in a language no one could identify. When the man blinked, Keanu was gone. Urban legends? Maybe. But there are too many stories like these to dismiss. And then there's the matter of his films. Look closely at the roles Keanu chooses. In The Matrix, he's a man who transcends reality. In John Wick, he's a near-invincible force, cheating death again and again. In Constantine, he's a man battling demons, caught between worlds. Is Keanu drawn to these roles because they mirror his own existence? Is he leaving clues in plain sight? Picture this, late at night, you're scrolling through old photos of Keanu. You see him in Speed, in The Matrix, in John Wick. Always the same, always untouched by time. Then you stumble across that photo of Paul Monet from the 1800s. Your stomach drops. You zoom, you find sketches of that medieval ruler, that nobleman. It's him again. You hear his voice in your head saying, "Death isn't the end." Your room feels colder, the shadows seem to move. So the next time you see Keanu Reeves, maybe in a new movie, maybe in a blurry paparazzi photo standing still in a crowded world, ask yourself, is he just an actor, a man who's aged gracefully? Or is he something else entirely? Something ancient, something that's been here far longer than we can imagine, something that's watching us, waiting and smiling that quiet, knowing smile. Sleep well tonight, but if you hear a motorcycle in the distance or catch a glimpse of a man in a dark jacket standing under a streetlight, maybe don't look too closely, because Keanu Reeves might not be what he seems, and the truth might be more terrifying than you're ready to face. Please like and subscribe for more breaking news. Thanks.